Hello, hello. We are here with Elysian Road, the actual season finale of season 1. um, that's just a thing that happens sometimes. You think that you've come to the end of a thing, and then you realize you haven't.
Realize you need a whole another week.
Realize that the artificial deadline you had before ended it on had been extended. So we're here with Elysian Road, episode 15. We're kind of midway through teenagerdom, guys. Getting up there.
Right in that really awkward moment.
We're almost as old as my character.
Yeah.
We are as old as Ode.
Yep. And speaking of
He's
Ode,
not here for his birthday.
he's not here. Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what? That's the thing. You guys should all at some point
Make our birthdays.
decide when your birthdays are, so we can actually hit it in game.
Yeah, that'll be great.
That'll be fun.
My character definitely knows when her birthday is.
Oh no. Yeah, that's fair.
Caleb, way to be sensitive.
I mean, that could be a whole plot point where like everybody else has the birthday, and then Evelyn's like, I don't actually have a birthday. I don't know when I was born.
You need some sensitivity training, Caleb.
Sorry about that. But yeah, so we are here, ready to get back into this. So, as always with Elysian Road, we start off with a flashback, and I think what happens is we see, the last part of the first flashback. We see our resident Haitian and Arab, who we still don't know the names of or why they're important, walking down the hallway in some sort of facility on Swa, the planet where you guys all did your gamer stuff. And we see them get into their whatever it was. It was like a security office or something like that. There's a bunch of screens. One of those places where a bunch of people are on screens, like trying to figure something out. Comms room, something like that. They walk in. We see the same scene where they basically say like, erase all the data, and click on the button. That kind of ended the flashback the first time, but this time, instead of ending the flashback, we simply cut away to another part of it. And I think
refresh my memory of the last flashback.
This isn't... So the last flashback we did last week was these two characters, the Haitian and the Arab, talking about some sort of item that they were like trying to get off world. And that was, in terms of chronology, that was like a couple of months before this flashback that we're returning to right now, which is the first flashback we ever did in episode 1 of Elysian Road, which was basically these people, looking at a game happening, and then they got word that the Imperium was in their space and was gonna invade, basically. And we get that last bit where they basically say, erase the data, and then they erase something, and then we cut away from that scene, not to the present day, but rather to all of the people on Swa when the Imperium arrives. So we see the Imperium break into Atmo. We see them land with their carrier ships. We see the soldiers enter the cityscape and start to just shut everything down. And basically war breaks out. The security forces of Swa try to hold back the Imperium, but are unsuccessful. We just see this massive battle sequence and people just running in terror. Like people who are there for like gaming tournaments, right? Just like getting mowed down in the streets by these Imperium soldiers. It's just a really bad time. And I think what we see is we see short little snippets of where each of your characters were when this was happening. So just briefly, Evelyn, where were you when the Imperium was invading Swa, the planet where you guys did all your gaming stuff?
Probably at home, doing some research onto that ID number that we've been talking about for forever.
Yeah, so we see Evelyn, hard at work on something on a computer, and then she gets like an alert on her like little compad and like looks over, and then we see her like stand up and go to like because she's like in her apartment, right? We see her stand up and go to like the shades and like lift the shades and look out the window at like the city being on fire, basically. And we just see her like staring out at this, like eyes wide. And then we cut away and we see Fergus. What was Fergus doing when the Imperium landed?
He was hacking his neighbor's computers, like from his house.
So we see him surrounded by all of these like computers, just like alternatively like hacking various things. And we see him like get a bunch of money like brought to his account, and then all of his computers suddenly get this notification, and how would Fergus respond to that?
Oh no! He'd probably leave. He wouldn't care too much. Like, oh well, gotta leave the planet again.
yeah. Dylan, where were you?
I want to say she's like in a library reading.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Like reading about video games.
Right. Yeah. You're reading one of those big, thick, like gaming manuals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow those came back around to existing again. And you're looking at like cheat codes and things to like strategies to beat the various bosses of the game that you usually do. And we see someone like run into the library, like one of the librarians basically like run into the room and then say, please, can you make your way out to the exit? We are evacuating the building. There's a level 3 alert, and then like people are being like escorted out of the building. How does Dylan react to that like initial news?
She just like puts the book down. She wonders what's happening, and she leaves.
Yeah, so you just kind of like walk out confused with the other people. Was Till on Swa when the Imperium landed? Till?
Probably not.
Okay, yeah. Where I think what we see is we first see Ode, and I think Ode is like in a training room, just like blasting mooks, just in this virtual simulation. And then we see him like sweatily, he's not wearing a shirt and stuff, right? Like turn off the simulation and like take off the gear, and just kind of like walk over and like shut off the whole system and walk out of the room. And then see people just like booking it like down the hallway, and he's just like, "What is happening?" And he like goes back into the room and like goes as if to grab for one of like the guns, and then like looks at it and like realizes it's like a simulation gun just for like the game itself, and then like kind of like, and then just runs off somewhere. And then like we see Till. Where was Till? On the night this happened, or like you can either do it like on the night this happened when you obviously didn't know about it, or the first time you got the news. Whatever you think would make the most sense for this last little shot.
Probably the night it happened. He's just sitting in his cockpit of a transport ship. And it's there's all sorts of warning lights flashing, and there's engine failure. Failure keeps scrolling across one of the rather large diagnostic outputs.
Sure.
And he's cussing up a storm in Greek and
as he does,
trying to bring the thing in for a safe landing on a fairly deserted looking landing platform in the middle of the night on a trading world.
Yeah, sure.
Somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you see you land this ship, and I think the last thing we get is these two, the Haitian and the Arab, get like escorted basically by Imperium soldiers, like, you know, roughly brought to another room, you know, as prisoners, and they are like shoved to their knees in this room, and we just get a shot of, you know, face forward shot of them, so we don't see what they're looking at. And then they like get roughly put to their knees, and they look up and like defiantly look at someone, and then we pan around and we see this incredibly large man in like red power armor just standing there, like big old vibroblade, like, you know, strapped to his back. And he just looks down and he says, "Where is it?" And the Haitian like spits on the ground. He says, "You'll never find it. I deleted it. All of it." And the man in the power armor shakes his head and he says, "That was the wrong answer." And then he just like takes out the sword and just cuts him down. And then we like fade to black, and then the riff of the opening credits starts. Yeah, and so we don't see like the, you know, the violent necessarily part of that last shot. It's just like kind of ends, like fades out right as he comes down with the blade. And then yeah, like we pull up in the opening credits, get the whole sequence, pull down again, and then fade back up.
Probably on Ode's unconscious face.
Yeah, I think so. Right? We see Ode spasming on the ground as he has some sort of vision, and so we don't see anything more from his viewpoint. But right, we're like seeing this from Dylan's viewpoint now, right? Because we don't see any of the vision stuff that Ode is seeing anymore. Rather, we just see Dylan staring at Ode as he's spasming on the ground. And yeah, Dylan, like, what are you doing in the initial? I think you were like leaning down to try to help him or something, right? I assume.
Yeah, I think so.
Right, yeah. So you're just like, you know, trying to like shake him, like, what's happening? What's happening? Like, stop, Ode. And then, like, Ziva, we see Ziva like just looking around panically, like, what is going on? And then, that's when the Castro security officers break through the window, break through the door, and everything gets a little crazy. So, let me drag you to this map.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So, is this a thing where, because it's season finale, she could totally die here?
I mean, technically,
Or is this a
yes.
thing of,
But okay, I mean, just in terms of canon, they're not trying to kill her, especially given what we know as the audience. Ode's vision was basically like Chloe Lasmos, right, the captain of that pharmaceutical vessel that you guys first helped.
Right.
Talking to Tesur Tuala, this guy, the weird MES testing specialist.
what guy?
The MES testing specialist that Ode and Dylan went to get tested for psychic stuff.
Right.
Last time. Ode saw a vision of him and Chloe Lasmos talking and basically saying like, yeah, like get the kids here and like keep them here. I need them, sort of a thing. So it sounded like she wanted you alive, not dead. So
Okay.
well,
that's good. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
What?
I totally forgot what happened last round. What?
Sorry.
Or last session, I should say.
Yeah. Oh no. I think I made all of these as map icons. Give me a second. These are not in the right place, actually.
Are they only fighting women in skin tight suits?
No, so if you look on this, there's 3 different people on here. It was just to be basically like, they could look like any of these sorts of people. So, but yeah, she's very prominent in the picture, so unfortunately that's kind of all you see. But yeah, so y'all are more like there. Yeah. So if you want to click on your token, Dylan, and roll that initiative, I think we'll... Good luck. Ode's gonna be unconscious. Ziva.
I swear, if Ziva dies, I will murder everything in sight.
I mean, she's not a psychic. They don't need her.
Mm-hmm. That's unfortunate, but yeah. Yeah, true. And then Chloe Lasmos.
So I believe our part of this is going to be stealing a ship.
Yeah, yours
So
will basically be figuring out, the logistics of getting your journey set up, basically, right?
Okay.
And then Tills will be like figuring out what's going on and why all the people are leaving. It may also be a rescue mission, with Till saving Dylan from these officers, but we'll see. Okay. So Chloe goes first. So that's fun. So Chloe, Chloe's gonna hold her action because she's in the back here. She's just gonna wait for everybody else to do their thing. She's letting all her mooks come in first. So she's just gonna stand there, and if someone comes inside of her, then she's gonna fire. I think actually what she's gonna do, now that I'm thinking about it, is she's gonna roll a lead roll to give her people a bonus. So standard rules apply to this. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so I think she gives her peeps a +1 on their actions this round. And then Ziva. Ziva is... I think Ziva's honestly the only first person. I mean, because she rolled higher in initiative than you, Dylan. Like, you're focused on Ode, and she's like, "Oh, nope, bad things." And then she pulls out her laser pistol, all brave-like.
Oh gosh.
And she's gonna try to do something because she sees a bad situation starting. So I think she's just gonna fire. I mean, I think she's set her. I think you've probably set her pistol to stun. Just as a matter of default. So she's not gonna be killing anybody, but she's certainly gonna try to stun them.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I figured you would have done that. You or Ode would have done that for sure. Not
Yeah,
so that
even
she's
if
not
Ode hadn't, she would.
right. Not so she's not accidentally killing someone. So Ziva just fires at the first Castro officer that's just kind of coming through that front door, and totally hits.
Dang.
Good
Ziva.
job, Ziva. Awesome. Okay, so she almost takes the person out. So basically we just see the Castro officers like break through the door, right? And then Ziva pretty quickly is just like gunslinger, boom, and just fires into the person's face, and they're just like crackles electricity as they like hold their mask, like their helmet. Dylan.
Nice.
With that, you realize what's going on.
Okay. Honestly, I think she just draws her sword and doesn't do anything else until like someone else moves to
Right,
attack.
so you want to like ready your action to attack the first person who comes in your range. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. It's Tesura Tuala's turn. I don't know if he's terribly interested in being a part of what's happening right now. I think he's just gonna kind of like stumble back and just try to be out of the way of things. And then it's the Castro officers. So they kind of like cock their rifles and point at you and fire. But I think like they spread into the room first.
So are these stun rifles, or are they actually
you
trying
won't
to kill
know
us?
until you won't know until they hit you.
Great.
So I think the people that have line of sight here. let's see. I think all of them honestly can. Yeah. Okay. So I think they see that Ode is kind of on the ground, so I don't think anyone's gonna fire at him. But they're gonna alternatively fire at you and Ziva. So I think the people in the front are gonna fire at Ziva because she's like in front, and fired at them first. And yes, it's a stun rifle. Yeah. And wow, they're like the worst. Wait, I think that one might hit. How much does Ziva have? Ziva has
Just
11
want our
armor.
NPC to die, don't you?
No. I just am sad when my NPCs are bad at doing their job.
I mean, their job is to die and give us XP. I don't know what you're talking about.
they're that's not the job that I give them. So yeah, that one hits. So Ziva goes down. So she's at 0 then. She's unconscious. She had exactly 5 hit points. So that's the person who like she shot one in the face mask, and they like kind of like rip off their helmet, and then just like that was a mistake,
one
girl.
Good shot,
and then yeah,
only one. Here.
Yep, and then just down in a crackle of electricity. And then let's see, 2 more, and I guess they'll just fire at you then because how much? What armor class do you have, Dylan? Sorry, I can actually just look myself. You have 18. Okay, cool.
Nice.
You do have full hit points, though. That's nice.
Cool. That's very helpful.
Yeah, so that's a miss and a miss. So those other 2 miss you, but then the 4 behind you are gonna fire at you. And that's a miss. And that's a hit. Ooh, that was big damage too. So 10 damage on you. Miss. Yeah, ooh, man, another hit. Oh, that's bad news for Dylan. It's 11. And then it's Chloe. And she kind of just steps up, and I think she fires at you.
Please be a bad shot.
Okay, this isn't working. Oh, I didn't edit this yet. There we go. And a miss. Yeah, so basically what they have, right, is like these big like taser rifles. They're like, they pack a punch, but they're kind of hard to like maneuver. So yeah, if they hit you, yeah, it's like getting hit with a horse tranquilizer. Ziva's turn. She's out. Dylan. He's got hit with a bunch of electricity.
Yeah, honestly, she probably drops her sword and like surrenders.
Surrender, yeah.
She's just like, "What do you want with us?"
Yeah. So I think what
She
happens.
probably recognizes Chloe and is like, "Why are you firing at me?"
Yeah. So I think what happens is Dylan starts like yelling that, and like, you know, like hands in the air sort of thing, as the soldiers just like come around you and just like grab you and just like put you on the floor, right? You're just like, what is going on? Like, you know, stop firing. Like, what? And then yeah, just down on the ground. Some of them like come and grab Ode too and just put him down. And then you know, Chloe walks into the room, and I think she kind of like has her like comm pad out and she presses a couple of buttons and she looks at Tesura and says, "The creds have been added to your count." And then Tesura just kind of like bows and still kind of just tries to be in the corner and away from everything that's happening right now. Because they did kind of
at him.
Yeah. And Chloe, basically you're surrounded by officers, and Chloe walks up to you and kind of, and you're like on your knees right now, basically, right? Like put in front of her, and she leans down, and she like looks you in the eyes, and she says, "Hey, Dylan, how are you?"
Not very good at the moment.
Yes, sorry about that. You have something that's very, very important to me, and I want to know how you stole it. And then we cut from there to Evelyn and Fergus. Yeah, what's the plan, guys?
We're gonna steal a battleship.
A battleship?
Yeah.
What do you mean by a battleship?
Exactly what I'm reading in the book. A battleship.
A battleship?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Hold up.
So just for reference, a battleship has a crew requirement of 200.
Not if it's automation support.
No, you cannot.
I have a plan for that. Don't worry.
I mean, you can certainly attempt to steal a battleship, but there's also the fact that there probably isn't a battleship. No, there isn't. There is not a battleship on the planet. No one,
Sorry.
like the only people in the sector who have battleships is the Imperium, and maybe the Order of the Dust.
Well, let's steal theirs. Become pirates.
You don't have the manpower to run a battleship.
But Caleb, I do though.
So no, you did.
I can't tell you what my plan
Again,
is.
you don't have. There's no battleship on the planet, so you won't be able to do it anyway. So
Fleet cruiser.
you might be able to get away with a fleet cruiser. But you unfortunately you'd have to steal it from the planetary government of Midas. So I mean, good luck with that.
Oof.
So, Evelyn, what's the plan?
Oh wait, so has Fergus revealed himself?
Oh,
Remember, you're like,
hey, Evelyn. So, what's the plan to get a ship? I'm a gruff, drunk pirate dude now.
All
I
right.
mean,
Well,
so
honestly,
if,
that's
just as
great.
a reminder, the Fiascos are a basically a group of like academic revolutionaries. So if you're pretending to be one of them,
Why, Evelyn? What is our plan here?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, frame the scene for us, Evelyn. Where are you when you're probably having a conversation, honestly, with Lois and Electra, the two people who are kind of in charge of the Fiascos. And then maybe a couple.
I forgot that was the name of their group. Like I was like, why do you keep saying fiasco?
They're called the Fiascos.
Yeah. Okay. Boy. I don't know. I feel like she's probably turning to them to figure out, because I mean, she's providing like the leadership and like the goal, but not necessarily.
You're providing the goal, and then they have to figure out how to do it.
Right. Well, yeah,
sound
I don't
like-
really know what. I mean, no, I don't know what their skills are, and so she probably just asks them, okay, what are your skills?
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah.
she can come up with ideas if she knows what people are doing.
I think in terms of like the actual skills in the game, the Fiascos.
I'm gonna reset my effort. Okay, is that cool with you?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I
Or
wasn't sure what day it was.
no, this would be the same day.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to reset your effort.
Crap.
Let's see. Trying to find what. Yeah, dilettante. So the skills that the Fiascos would have available to them, there's likely at least one person who can connect, know, talk, perform, pilot, and trade. Those are the skills you have to work with.
None of them have any combat skills. That's great.
I mean, yeah, I think that's also I think that's a given that they at least have like a 0 in shoot.
Okay.
They've been
Wait,
practicing.
what? For real? I
Yeah.
figured these people were at least decent.
These are, I mean, what were you? I'm pretty sure you didn't like get a very good roll on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the reason they're hippies is because
I'm pretty sure that's what it was, right?
Yeah. Boy, this is gonna be interesting.
Don't worry, Connor. I still have a MacGuffin in my pocket.
I'm trying to find what roll you made for this. Oh, okay. So you gotta connect. Oh no, that was to find the hacker. Wait, did you even make a connect roll to find these people? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, so you can expect like Electra's a pretty good fighter, and there are other people in the gang that are good fighters, but like that's not their strong suit. is
Right.
the
Okay.
focus.
And that's what I was. Yeah. That's fine. Everybody has to have their own focus, but I was like, everybody just has 0 on fight skills.
I mean, that's better than having
whatsoever.
nothing. Like most people in the
Wow.
universe don't have any.
Well, yeah, but these people are starting a revolution.
They, I mean, it's been established that they aren't very good at starting a revolution.
That's true.
Yeah, but they played a lot of video games,
That's true.
just like you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that reveal
Yeah,
too.
remember? They're excited to work under the famous Evelyn Leidner.
Okay. So I probably like ask them like, all right, what are your skills?
Yeah, and they kind of go on the line, right? Just a reminder again, it's they know people, right? They have connections. They're pretty good at talking. They
Do
know
they
things.
actually? Do you
Sorry.
actually go down the line?
Yeah, no, I mean individually, Caleb. Oh yeah, yes. Like individually can are unless you don't want to have to.
I mean, that's a lot of stuff to go through.
No,
Yeah.
I mean like specifically for each individual. Not for. I'm sorry, not specifically for each individual, but like for the main characters. Like what's their?
Oh, Lois and Electra.
Yeah.
Those are the two that you know of. Yeah, the people that we've named. I think Lois is a pilot,
Okay.
and Electra is the main like combat specialist.
Okay.
Boy, I'm great at programming, and I can talk the pants off of just about anyone.
So Fergus, the question: Are you trying to replace one of the existing members of the Fiascos, or are you like pretending to be a new recruit?
Please say new recruit.
Sure, new recruit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so then like Electra kind of like gives you a funny look, right, when you say that, and it's just like, I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh crap! What's a horrible accent name?
So this is a Greek world.
I'm so gruff. Lyhanrehenginger.
No, stop.
My name backwards.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. No, doing that trick.
Yeah.
You
I
muted.
feel like Evelyn's
you muted
smarter
Josh.
than that.
So gruff.
Did you hear me, Josh? You're muted. Okay. Just making sure you knew. Yeah, I mean, what do you say? What do you actually say your name is?
That's what I actually say.
You just say your name backwards.
Yeah, Sugraf Lahanraheg Ik.
All right. I would like to make a notice roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smart.
Please do. Make it. Yeah, you just know. You know who it is. You're like, yeah,
Oh my
this is
gosh.
Fergus.
Yes.
I give you a long stare.
Yeah, and I think Electra just says like, I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. Are you a new recruit or something?
I just turn back into adult me.
Oh my gosh, what? And then, yeah, they're just freaking out because you literally just shapeshifted in front of them.
Yeah. Hey, Evelyn. What's up?
Are you in this to the end?
Yeah, let's go steal a fleet cruiser. Let's do it.
Are you in this for the ship?
I was just like, what? Why are we're not stealing a fleet cruiser?
Yeah, we are. Oh, what did you say, Evelyn?
Are you in this to the end? Are you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no, I already asked that. Are you in this? Are you in this for the ship?
I mean, a ship's cool, but I can get one of those whatever I want.
So what are you in this for?
You?
Is that genuine, Fergus?
Yeah. I'm bad at making stuff sound genuine, but it's genuine.
Okay. And Electra looks at you and says, I'm sorry, do you know this person?
Let's go steal a ship.
So everybody's just like ignoring. Electra's like, who's the shapeshifter?
Who's the monkey?
Exactly.
I
Oh, it's perfect.
am the third coming of Space Jesus.
Yeah, I think she just makes a rude gesture at you and just walks off.
No, I'm rolling a talk roll.
What? No, you can't. Oh my gosh, Jared, you're not gonna convince them that you're Space Jesus. She's like, I've heard of psychics before.
It's a 12 though. Maybe I didn't fool her, but I might have fooled the peons.
No.
I say he's actually a 13-year-old in disguise.
Hey.
Just ignore him. He trusts me. He'll answer to me. And he's not going to answer to any of you.
And I think like Lois just like raises a hand.
Evelyn just stares at it.
I have a question.
I just like, I'm like, yeah. I don't say anything though. I'm just
Yeah.
kind of like expectantly like, speak your mind. Or no. She wouldn't act like that. She's very. Oh, hey, my light. She's very like, this is an army now. So no, as soon as she raises her hand, she's like, speak, soldier.
Yeah, and he's just like kind of like puts his hand down like, okay, this is a little intense. And he looks at Fergus and says, "What is going on?" You just
This
said
is Fergus.
A 13-year-old
Fergus.
boy. What?
Fergus is a friend.
And the psychic demigod.
And I think.
Yeah, would
you
they
whisper
know
that to
who
me?
Fergus
Well,
is?
that's the
too?
thing.
like,
Yeah, I think
"And a
another
psychic
person,
demigod."
someone from the crowd, like says, "Wait a second, Fergus McGeiger-Negerhale."
The most likely one and only.
You hit puberty hard.
It's not puberty. It's called psychic powers.
And then I think they like the muttering starts to go through the crowd, and Lois like his eyes go wide, and Electra like just shakes her head, and she's like, "You've got to be kidding me, Evelyn Leidner and Fergus McGeiger-Negerhale."
I'm surprised you can all pronounce that. I still can't.
I love how good you've
They're
gotten.
all
at
super
pronounce-
fans. So.
Thank you. Yeah, and I think, Electra looks at you again and says, "What was this you were saying about stealing a ship?"
Well, we have probably the best hacker on the planet. So, should be pretty easy.
Yeah, I think Lois like nods to himself. He's like, "I mean, I don't think I'm that good, but like."
She just gives him a flat stare. Fergus,
What?
which one are we taking?
Oh,
Fleet
you're talking about
cruiser.
You want a fleet cruiser? Do you have any idea how the kind of manpower it would take to run such a thing? We have one pilot, Mr. Dude.
From out of my backpack, I pull the.
I assume you didn't say Mr. Dude, Connor.
I did not say Mr. Dude.
Yeah.
She says Fergus or soldier. What would she call you? Probably private.
Me?
Yeah,
Oh,
she calls you private.
I want to be a sergeant.
There are 2 ranks in my company right now. Just be glad you're not a soldier.
Carly, what was your planet? Evangelia was your planet, right?
No, Xanless
Xanless
is the planet.
Xanless, yeah. So yeah, out of my backpack, I pull the helmet from the Evangelia port.
Wait, what?
Remember the helmet I put on?
What do you mean
pull
the
it from
helmet?
my backpack. The helmet
I don't know what you're
The
talking
helmet
about.
of what? Of who?
from
Of-
Evangelia's helmet.
Evangelia's helmet.
Yeah,
She
You
doesn't
mean the
have a
one
helmet?
from the center of the dome?
yeah, the one that I put on that connected me to the computer.
You took that?
Yeah,
You didn't inform me of this.
I don't inform you of all my plans.
You should. I'm the one who should know this.
Galen.
Jared, that's you can't keep secrets from me. That's besides the point.
I'm surprising space Jesus.
What?
Yeah. You're our equivalent of space Jesus.
No, I do not take this claim or this role. I mean, I guess you could have uninstalled it. Why would you need it?
Because I'm gonna temporarily store Evangelia on the ship and have an awesome ship AI. So we don't need a full crew.
Okay, so make a fix roll.
Ooh.
Because that requires like major like
Mhm.
uninstallation and like
Mm.
removal of hardware to be able to do that. So that's a fix roll. If you informed Till about this, he could have made the fix roll, but I doubt he would have let you do it.
Yeah. I'll just pray. Space Jesus, come on.
So you uninstalled it, but it's not going to work exactly as you would have wanted it to.
Yeah.
But you're unaware of this fact.
Oh boy.
There's going to be complications that happen when you try to use it.
Yeah.
Ancient technology trying to connect to.
Yeah, there's a
Modern
lot of
technology.
problems. Yeah, there's a lot of problems with that.
This is stuff that I've had to write about. So.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. So Fergus pulls out this ancient-looking helmet with a bunch of wires connected to it, and yeah, Evelyn, this is the same sort of helmet that they use to like, transfer knowledge to you.
Oi, she's like, what the crap?
I took this. Unbeknownst to even Space Jesus. I hid it from him even.
What is wrong with?
What are you talking about?
What? I took it.
No, the whole space Jesus thing.
Oh, that was out of care.
Okay. Okay. What did you actually say then?
She
Oh,
said like, what the crap?
I just pull it out like Legend of Zelda style. I hold it above my head.
And
Take
she's
this.
like, why do you have this?
I took it.
No, that's not the question. Why do you have this?
Because it could be useful.
And you think it could be useful right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna plug my brain into the ship.
Lois just is like, I don't. What?
Are you sure you're up for this?
Yeah, let's do it. I've survived the unsurvivable already, so
All right, which ship is it? I'm sure you have it already picked out.
can I roll a program roll for
Yeah,
this?
Fergus, you
Caleb?
want to have roll of to have tracked down the nicest, biggest, fanciest ship in Midas.
Here we go. This is something I'm actually good at. Ooh.
It's actually not that good of a roll for
I
you.
got 2 ones.
So
Could I alternate outcome this, or is this how important is this roll?
I mean, a 10's pretty good.
yeah, I mean, 10's pretty decent. It's just a matter of, I think Fergus. I mean, it's very obvious the capital flagship of the Midas fleet, of like the security corp that like runs the navy. Right?
Yeah, but we don't really want to steal that big of a ship, do we? I mean, they're gonna come after us with the full force of their fleet if we do that.
I mean, that is what Fergus was looking for.
No, not the
Want that?
flagship. Just something comparable.
I mean, that's the only thing comparable.
Yeah. You can talk me down. Fergus is riding this high.
No. If we steal that big of a ship, they're gonna come after us with the full force of their fleet.
Yeah, and Electra like shakes her head. She's like, we don't even have the manpower to run a ship like that. There's 50
That's irrelevant
of us.
right now.
Manpower is irrelevant, but the thing is, I mean, if we're gonna have the Midas military chasing us into what's it called?
Imperium space.
Into Imperium space, and I can dress up like an Imperium general. So
Flagship it is then?
You know what maybe comes to your mind, Fergus? Technically, there is still a frigate in the Scylla system, owned by the Imperium, that you could commandeer. And
yeah, that won't start a war between Midas and the Imperium.
Oh, you want to do that?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
that was my that's the tentative plan.
Hold up now. Is that
Do you say that out
What?
loud, Fergus?
Huh?
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Am I okay? Hold up now. What is that gonna cause? Am I okay with this?
Probably not.
I mean, you hate the Imperium, right?
Yeah, and I also just promised to take down Midas. But how many people are gonna die in that? Why would I care about that? My character doesn't care about that.
Yeah. If anything, we're making a distraction to make it easier to save your boyfriend.
Yeah, I think she's totally okay with this.
Oh boy.
This is the first time. This is the first time that my character has reached that point of, yeah, I realize morally that this is wrong, but this is exactly what my character would do. So I think we're gonna do it.
All right, so you're going to steal the flagship of the Midas Navy, and then bring it into Imperium space to start a war between the Midas Corps and the Imperium.
Okay, the problem is we want to take back Midas. The Imperium fighting Midas isn't what we want.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I feel like the fiascos are not about that at all. Like Electra is like, I'm sorry, but that is not a viable option. If the Imperium, I mean, it would take down the corpse, sure, but it would also make us all slaves of the Imperium, which is worse.
Yeah.
I mean, we're taking the Imperium down next. That's the goal, right? I mean, we're taking the Imperium down next. We already have the Hephaestus engine, so.
What? What is he talking about?
Oh, like tier 6 technology, take down the Imperium.
Who are you people?
I mean,
We're just a bunch of gamers.
I was joking.
No, you are not.
This isn't far off.
Listen. This would sound pretty cool if we were playing in RTS, but this is life. This is not a game. We can't just start a war with the Imperium and then, what, we're just going to take them down by spring? What are you talking about?
You're right.
Evelyn.
Life is not a game. I feel like it took us all a lot of time to realize that. But because of what we've all been through, because of what we all have practiced because of those video games, we have skills that surpass many people. My brain, my leadership skills, his hacking, his also his mind. I guess she doesn't say it like that, but my mind, my leadership, his mind, both of our psychic powers, the things that we have accomplished to this point, and the things that we can accomplish, they're incredible. I look to Fergus. As crazy as it sounds, and as much as I'd hate to put you all in danger, this is kind of what I want.
Well, you're going to have to make the deal a lot more sweeter for us, a lot sweeter for us, because I'm sorry, that's not even on the table.
How about 100,000 credits?
Fergus, make a talk roll.
Yes.
You've hit their true motivation.
Oh,
Oof.
that was just horrible.
Did you roll a 1 in that?
No, a 3 and a 2.
Mm.
Oofta.
Yeah, I mean, as it stands right there, it's not a successful roll. So I think Electra just shakes.
Alternate outcome.
I really don't want to waste effort on that, dude. I should have 5, but it's still the same day.
Well, we should like take a day off for our stuff.
Should
Take a day to plan. Yeah. Do it like first thing in the morning.
I mean, that's honestly the best.
I mean, we're not going to attack in the middle of the day.
That's true too.
That would
Okay.
just be suicide.
All right, and then I can spend the other 2 points looking into the future and doing Oracle about our plan. So
Caleb,
go ahead. Oh. All right, I'm using alternate outcome, and then we're gonna sleep before the next day. Did you hear all that?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Hey, one more. And I got a 1. Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna re-roll that 1 then. Yeah. Because he can do that because he has a diplomat focus, which lets him roll 1s when he's negotiating.
Oh, cool.
So that's an 11 then.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, I think Electra and Lois like look at each other, look back at you, Fergus, and Evelyn, and they say 500,000 credits.
Are you kidding me?
How about
You're asking
100,000?
them to help start a war.
Yeah, I mean it's
so,
kind of vague. Yeah.
How about 100,000 and you can keep whatever you find on the ship?
250, and we can keep what we find on the ship.
I look at Fergus and I'm like, "Do you have that much?"
Do you have that much, Fergus?
No. 101,342, and you can keep the ship when we're done as well.
Okay, yeah, I think they're down with that. So everything you have on you, plus the ship.
Well, I mean, you'll get payment upon completion of the job.
So that means we keep the ship until we give it to you.
Yes.
Half up front. Half when the job
you
is
want
complete.
half?
We can't
You want
give you
half
half
the
the
ship?
ship.
No.
He wants half the cash.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, half the cash now. The ship when we're done, plus the rest of the cash. And equal share in anything we find along the way.
I
Sure.
look to Fergus.
Yeah.
I look back to the soldiers and I'm like, equal share with him, not with me.
How much do you get then?
I get whatever I want. I'm your general.
That's how it works, I'm sure, right? That's more like a war band.
Yep.
But okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess Lois and Electra look at each other again and then like shrug. Look back at you. The fiascos are in.
Do you have any more crew that you want to bring along? There is an entire ship waiting. You take anybody that I can have a 5-minute conversation with, and you're vouched to say that they will be loyal to me to death.
I mean,
Or-
death is one thing. As long as you're paying us is another.
Stick with me and you'll never go hungry again.
Wow. All of the Lion King
Apparently, we're just
references.
today for that. Yeah. I mean, I guess yeah. They kind of start scrounging the underground for more like punk types, right? To join. Anyone they know. So I think Evelyn, do you want to make a contact roll, or one of you make a contact roll?
You mean a connect roll?
Or yeah, connect.
What's your connect, Jared?
-1.
Okay, I'll roll it then. To do what now?
To like find more people, and then you can get +2 from Lois and Electra.
I'm gonna use intelligence on this.
Yeah, that sounds about what it would be.
Wow.
Whoa.
Dang.
Okay, so we find the greatest punk warriors on the planet.
Yeah,
Oh
I mean,
my
I think you
Someone
get...
really good with fix, Connor.
Yes, absolutely. That
Yeah,
is
I mean,
a
I
red
think
line.
with this role, you can probably find at least one person who's relatively good at any skill that you're looking for.
Just one?
At least one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I want one person who's really good at fix.
Mhm.
And
you
I
can
also
find a
want one
mechanic.
person who's very good at sneak.
Sure. Yeah. So I think what it is you get a couple of like gangs, like revolutionaries and gangs and stuff, right? To come with you. And each of them has their own like shtick, right? So I think the three main ones that you get are the fiascos, right? The academic revolutionaries. I think there's a group called the Fixers, which is like their whole thing is like tech, right?
Okay.
And
They probably got cybernetics and
yeah,
stuff
they have
like
like cybernetics and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the last group is
Little snakes.
the Flame Hearts, and they're
What, those are the stealthy people, the flame hearts?
no, they're the I think yeah, they're the people they have stealthy people in them, but their main thing is like they legit care about like causes. Right? So they're all about like legit actual like take down the oppressive whatevers, you know.
Okay. Whereas the fiascos are
academic mercenaries, right?
yeah.
And I think the Flame Hearts, they get in on this because they just want to get off world and they just want to see Midas burn. Like they don't care
Wow.
about Midas. They ultimately just hate it and everything it stands for, and they think everyone would be better off if it just like stopped working. Right.
Okay.
So they're like the hardcore revolutionaries that just like want communist revolution and just burn everything to the ground sort of a thing.
Well, I can't wait to get my other character in on this because he's got actual leadership like foci and stuff like that. Yeah, I guess
Talking
my
about your
plus
character
two
from
can,
Side Stories?
yeah, I guess my
Oh,
plus
yeah.
two can hold over until then. We'll see what happens. I have an army at my disposal.
So I think
my-
you have about 150 people that you can work
Okay.
with.
Hey.
Dang.
So
All right. There are a couple of them that have a decent heal. Not a great heal, but a decent one.
yeah, you have a couple of. So I think there's some of the Fixers that have a medical
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, is that even necessary?
I mean, yeah, with 150 people, you can't be everywhere at once.
Oh yeah. Point.
That's what all I was thinking about. Is
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing. If
plus
you
have
manage
to
to
fly the whole ship too.
yeah, if you manage to take this fleet cruiser, 50 crew is required to man it, but like the max crew
Okay.
is 200. So like it's well in your range of like you'll have a lot of people to like help with everything that comes with
All
the
right.
ship.
Okay, so I have a conversation with their leaders, and do we want to play that out, or should we just give like a little summary?
I don't think we have to play that out necessarily. Yeah, just this will probably. I think a lot of this will come in when
Next
we actually
season.
start doing the side stuff with Evelyn and Fergus.
Okay.
But yeah, I think
that could
maybe
be the first flashback.
what?
That could be the first.
Yeah,
flashback.
yeah, maybe. So I think let's go ahead and take our first break there as we
Okay.
kind of get a hold of all of these revolutionaries and mercenaries and kind of see what Evelyn and Fergus are working with. And so the last shot we get, right, is Evelyn and Fergus. You're like looking at the schematics of the headquarters or like the shipping yards of the security corp that runs the Navy. And yeah, you're gonna apparently steal a fleet cruiser. So we'll see how that works when we return right after this. Stick around.